How's it going? Have you ever tried to assemble IKEA furniture? I am about to go to that wonderful Swedish Fantasyland today with my bestie Hannah and get the same coffee table I have gotten thrice in different states because I love it and it's inexpensive and works great. Um, anyway, I'm gonna have to assemble it, and we all know that lovely IKEA manual, maybe with that lovely little guy with the big nose. He's super cute, but he has no words because he wants to, very kindly, universally be able to show you how to put things together. So he just shows you instead of tells you. The problem is that I'm the type of person who perhaps sometimes goes freestyle without the manual. And have you ever had one of those moments where you choose to freestyle something when maybe there's a manual, maybe you're building furniture, maybe it's something else, but you choose to freestyle it, and maddeningly, you're doing everything you can, putting in a lot of effort, and it's not working. And then you pick up the manual and realize you did it wrong all along and now have to backtrack because it could have been much easier if you just followed the steps. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about what to do when you've been trying and trying and trying to make things work in your life and your dreams that you're pursuing, but you're just not seeing the results you want to fast enough or maybe even at all. And maybe you feel like giving up, but today I'm going to teach you how to do the instruction manual way of building this thing called the life of your dreams. And there obviously isn't a manual to follow for this, or we would have reached our dreams already following it, aside from people like me who, if there's any indication from how I just told you I build things just now, I don't read the manual, but I'm going to teach you and show you how to make progress much faster on your dreams or in anything really, even and especially if you feel stuck right now or like things are going slower than a snail and it involves slowing down in order to speed up. And I'm going to share with you how to do that effectively. And real quick, before we dig in, for my new friends here, hi, I'm Julie Bethany, and I create content to empower you to live your best, most authentic life as the truest to you version of who you are. And I give you tools and resources to do that here. And I should say, if we're not official friends yet, I'd love to keep hanging out with you, and you can do that if you subscribe to the show here and or come hang out with me where I'm most active, which is on the gram at Julie Bethany, where I share daily empowerment for you in even more bite-sized bits. Okay, let's start this way. Pick something you really want to make happen in your life, but isn't happening no matter how hard you try. It could be getting your business off the ground. It could be finding the right relationship for you. It could be building more muscle. It could be anything you want. But pick something first so we can make some progress on that specific thing during this episode. And you can walk away understanding what you need to do next to move it forward more quickly. Okay, do you got your thing? If not, please do pause me here because this is good information that you can apply to anything, but we can make real progress today during this episode if you really do choose a thing. Okay, moving right along. Now, with this thing that you want to make happen, think now specifically of what you've been doing to try and make it happen. For example, I've been creating a lot of content for a long time. And if my goal is to grow our wonderful community here, which it is, and if it's not growing as quickly as I'd like it to, it's time to make an adjustment. And I will note here that everything we do, we get better at as we practice it more. We won't see changes in our body like 3 days after we start working out. And everything we do is like building up a muscle. And you're building when you're putting in the work, even if you can't see it on the surface just yet. Like, have you seen this awesome cartoon where 2 guys are laboring and digging toward a goal, which is diamonds? And one gent turns around right before he reaches the diamond, but the other isn't giving up. He knows the reward is unseen, and he also knows that if he's gonna go get it, he's gotta keep going, even if he doesn't see the reward in full yet or even know if it's really there at the end of all his efforts. And the thing is, we regret more the things we don't do than the ones we do. So wouldn't you like to at least have tried? Don't give up if you're not seeing progress yet, especially if you just started working toward a dream. It takes time. But if you have been at this thing you're working at for a while now and you're still not seeing the results you want to, but maybe you feel you should by now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to pause. Go ahead and ask yourself why you think the results aren't there yet, how you'd like them to be, and why you don't think you're making as much progress. Did you lose sight of the target, possibly? It happens. You have to fix your eyes on the target to get to it. And that requires a really clear vision of what the target is. So maybe you need to go in and refine your goal to make that target you're aiming at even clearer. Because if you know exactly where you're aiming at, it's much easier to make decisions based on what will get you closer to it. So, if you want to feel healthier and you see yourself in your vision as a super strong person who not only looks but feels strong too, you can very easily choose a healthier option to eat when faced with a choice between a hearty salad and a hearty 4-layered burger. How do people get those in their mouths? Like, squish it down. And please know that the difference here genuinely could be between a 1-layer burger and a 4-layer burger. The thing you have to tweak to achieve your goal faster may be super small and should make things easier on you. But maybe your goal is crystal clear, but you also haven't really seen people walk that path before. So you're doing a lot of guesswork as to how to make your dreams a reality, and you're throwing things at the wall to see what sticks, but maybe nothing's sticking super well yet. And in that case, a tad bit of research is going to be your friend. Not too much, just a tad. Don't get stuck down the wormhole, rabbit hole, any hole. But go find a role model who has done either what you've done or something very similar, and research why they were successful and replicate their steps in a way that makes sense to you. Then there's the cool one to try. Well, there's two cool ones. We're going to start with one cool one. And the one cool one I've heard recently is, you know how people say to have main character energy, but what if you're the director and the director gets to see everything that's going on in the story? If you act as the director, even though you're the main character in your life also, okay, you're both, but you see yourself trying to reach this goal. If you step back as the director, watching yourself trying to reach this goal, what would you advise this person? If you look at it from a bird's eye view, you can usually tell a character what to do next. Can you do that in this situation? Okay, next cool one. This is when you've done all those things. Like, your goal is very clear. You've been following other successful people's formulas. You've tried to look at it from a bird's eye view and it's still not working. Now, have you heard of quantum leaping? There's a book called U Squared by Prince Pritchett, PhD. It's so thin and such a quick read, but I highly recommend it for you really digging into this concept. And in it, he paints the picture of a fly trying with all its might, its little tiny wings, to escape the window by throwing itself repeatedly against the glass. It can see the sky, aka its goal, but it doesn't understand that even though it's working super hard, it's not making the right moves to get to where it wants to go. It doesn't realize there's an easier way that will yield results much faster to get all it wants in its little beating fly heart, and that it would have to stop working so hard and pause and think of an easier way out in order to take it. Like me with the IKEA manual after expending so much fruitless effort attempting to build it myself. If you really pause and think about where you want to go, and you can recognize what you're doing isn't working as well as you would have liked, and you can consider a different way that will move the needle further faster, it will get you there. For example, if I want to write a book and I show up for a half hour every day without fail to write, but I keep experiencing writer's block and feel scatterbrained, I'm not getting much quality writing done, maybe I ask myself why that is. Like, keep asking why until I find the answer. Like, I'm not getting things done, and ask myself, why, Julie, are you not getting things done? Well, I'm experiencing writer's block. Well, why is that again? Like, keep asking why. And I find that I'm writing at night after I'm super tired from a long day. So maybe I'll get exponentially more done if I tried to write in the morning before my day starts and before I'm mentally depleted instead. I could then 10x my results that way. And that's what we're aiming for in a quantum leap. Slow down to speed up. Make it easier on yourself. Stop and examine why things aren't working and create a solution that will require actually less effort, but produce more results that you want faster. This is how businesses scale too, by the way. And if you really take a moment to think on this, I promise there's something you can do right now to move that needle. The 80-20 rule is that 80% of your results tend to come from 20% of your efforts. So what are you doing right now that really drives results, and how can you do more of that and delete or delegate even the fluff from your work that isn't helping you get far when you're trying to work toward your dreams? What can you do that doesn't take much effort but with focus will massively move the needle? When you think about it, you will figure it out, but you do have to slow down and reflect first and figure out why things aren't working in order to speed things up, because that's the only way to gain more clarity on how to get where you want to go faster. And for example, this could be something like if you are selling some fun objects and you realize that you're selling t-shirts and you're selling beanies, whatever it is. If you notice that like maybe the t-shirts are at a higher price point and you might make more profit from it on paper, but you're selling so many more beanies that the beanies are exceeding the t-shirts in profit, but you haven't produced as many beanies because the shirts have a better profit margin, but you're selling more beanies, maybe it's time to pivot and make more beanies, you know? It can be that simple, but truly there is something you're doing or could do that will 10x your results. So what is it for you? Okay, that's all for today. And if you like this episode, will you do me a favor and give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, rate it, or subscribe, because I would love to keep hanging out with you here or on Instagram at Julie Bethany. And hey, if you're feeling stuck right now and you want someone, aka me, to guide you through the exact simple steps of getting unstuck and getting moving on your goal right now to feel happier, I have a free mini course you can watch now and a full-length one if you really love it. And you can find that at juliebethany.com/courses or in the show notes here. And I'll put a clip in after Kippen makes her episodely appearance too. I hope you go today and start to live the life of your dreams as the best, most authentic, truest to you version of you can be. Because when you do that, you show others it's possible for them too. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Cheers! Okay. This is the third time I batched these shows, so this is the third time I've grabbed her, and she's extremely over it. Okay, bye everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I interrupt myself for this very important announcement. You're so welcome. I am beyond excited to share with you that I have a free mini course you can take right now, but also like maybe wait until after you finish this episode, but to each their own. I'm not going to stop you from doing you. But the course is about helping you get unstuck and re-inspired if you feel like you're in a place, like a lot of us do often, honestly, where you just don't know what you want next for your life, or if you do, how to get it. The mini course includes 10 quick minutes of me sharing strategies to help you get unstuck and re-inspired, and comes with a complimentary one-page journal entry you can download for you to work through what you want for your life and how to create the momentum to get what you want next for yourself in the easiest and fastest way possible. And you'll take away actionable items you can apply right away. And as a bonus, after the initial course, if you still left wanting more, I'll tell you about my full-length version of that course that will walk you through creating a goal and a plan to achieve it in order to get you closer to the life of your dreams you want to be living, and the exact steps to do that over the next 3 months. I will hold your lovely hands in mine and guide you toward figuring out what you want and then how to get it efficiently if you want to take it a step further. I shall run the marathon with you after the sprint so that in 3 months you will have achieved something you really want in your life. All good things take time, so for the sake of the best version of yourself and the life you could be living 3 months from now, which will fly by, you don't need to put off your dreams any longer. You deserve to live the life of your dreams as soon as possible, because why not? So let's start today. I'm ready. Are you? To check it out and get the free mini course so you can apply the tools to improve your life right away, and or to learn more about the full-length course about going from stuck to re-inspired and really crushing a massive goal in only 3 months' time with me, the links are included with this episode. I can't wait to see what you create for your life with it. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming.